Brenden, what did it mean for you guys to get the win in this game for your kind of chase for the Conference USA title, and especially the battles you had with this team last year?
Yeah, just knowing the history between us and them, they're usually high-scoring games. The offenses have to show up and show out, and I feel like our offense did that tonight, being able to run the football and throw when we needed to. That's huge for us.
Brenden, this was the top rushing performance of the season for you guys. How did you guys put that together tonight?
I think it's just a mentality. This week we knew that they were going to try to stop us from throwing over top, so we were going to have to run the ball in order to, sustain drives and ultimately win this game. And I feel like the offensive line did a really good job during the week of practice prepping for this. And they came out and they really played well.
How much different was this defensive approach from what a lot of other teams have thrown at you? How did you guys have to adjust?
Yeah, it was different. They played a lot over top. They were trying to, not let that three-headed monster out there get loose. But those receivers can make plays underneath as well, and their run after catch is really good. And Frank is going to put it on the dot each and every single time. So, just being able to run the ball when we needed to and throw it out there and win and run after catch was huge.
Is it gratifying for you as a running back that after teams have kind of taken away the run these first few weeks, that you guys had an opportunity to shine this game and last week as well?
I think it's really good for our offense just to know that whenever we need to run the ball, we can. And the offensive line does a great job, like I said, of just getting that movement and opening up those holes for the running back. And I think it really helps that we have a quarterback that's able to run as well. It keeps the guys in the box honest, and that really helps us as running backs as well.
Brenden, it seemed like you guys had a couple of opportunities to put Western Kentucky away in the second half. Just what happened there, and just how can you guys learn from those situations?
It's just we didn't pick up a fourth down when we should have. That was huge for us, but I like the way that we responded. And then obviously I fumbled, and that was not good. That could have been really, really bad. But the defense stepped up, and they really saved me right there. I really appreciate them for doing that. And then we came back out and responded with Josh Cephas getting that first down. That was huge. So whenever guys needed to make plays, they made plays.
How do you feel about the play of the offensive line, especially given that it seems like every week somebody else has gone down with another injury?
Yeah, you never want to see those guys go down. It's a bad sight. But that gives opportunity for those other guys to get in. And they practice just the same as the other guys. And they've had a lot of game experience just with that shuffling around in the offensive line. So we feel confident with anybody that goes out there that we'll be able to execute.
How did you feel about your own play individually and just kind of maximizing your opportunities to pick up yards on the ground? How would you evaluate yourself?
Yeah, I think I left a few things out there. And obviously the fumble was huge for the other team, and we didn't want that to happen. But they made a good play, and I just got to hold on to the ball. There's no excuses for that. I take full accountability for that. And we just got to be able to sustain drives. And so I feel like majority of the run game was able to do that.
Brenden, you mentioned the play of the defense picking you up after the fumble. What was your take on their play overall? They held Western Kentucky well under their scoring average this year.
Yeah, that is a really good offense. They got a really good quarterback and a lot of good receivers out there. And they even have a running back that can go out there as well. And so I feel like the defensive play overall was really, really good. I'm sure they want a few things back, but who doesn't after the game? But they did a really good job of holding that offense, under wraps.
What does it mean to you just that after a couple of tough games to open the conference season that you can sit here and say you're 2-0?
Yeah, it's huge. Anytime you're 2-0 in conference, it's huge. It's a huge momentum boost for us. It's hard to win football games in college, like Coach Traylor always says. So just to be able to go out there and compete with your teammates, and they have your back. We're playing for one another, and it's huge.
You guys are 4-2 after 6 games this season. What's your overall assessment of this team so far?
Yeah, I think those early games really tested us. That tough 3-game stretch was huge for us, and it showed us how to face adversity and overcome. And the way we responded, going into Middle Tennessee and then now into Western Kentucky was huge for us. And so I like where we're at as a team. Obviously, we have more to grow on, but who doesn't? But I like where we're at.
Anything else for Brenden?
Thank you,
Thanks,
Brenden.
Brenden. Appreciate it.